entertainment purposes only. I hope everyone is doing well. Okay, M- mass shooting in Maine yesterday, and I thought about it before. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to hit my own camera. I've thought about it before doing a reading on such things, but I will say, wait, hold on. I gotta put this back over here. It is a tragedy. It is very traumatizing to see these headlines consistently. It is very gut wrenching. It's very heart wrenching. It's very soul crushing to keep witnessing this, especially during my lifetime. It's like people have always been crazy, but to the extent of wanting to put others in the line of fire is something that I feel like you never get used to. And I also feel like a lot of people are desensitized, or it is desensitizing them to some kind of fault. And I do think it is a part of some kind of programming. Um, Being impressionable can be very easy for some people. For some of us, it's not, okay? Some people have stronger minds and a stronger subconscious. Some people have a weaker mind and a weaker subconscious. That comes with evolving, with who you are, the choices you make, the things you do, what you're connected to mentally, spiritually. Um, I feel like this has something to do with all sides. And I just kind of want to do a reading on this because spiritually I've always felt that this is part of a deeper conspiracy that has to do with the government and the way that we view guns in the USA. Because let's keep it real, Australia had one mass shooting and they took away all of the guns. When was this? Let me pop this up. I'm actually going to look it up. April 28th, 1996, at Port Arthur, a tourist town in the Australian state of Tasmania. So I don't understand why we sit here and we have multiple shootings, and places like Australia can have one and they automatically clamp down on the gun laws. It doesn't make sense to me why we have so many. It's almost like, oh, it's too quiet, time for there to be another shooting. And honestly, I don't think all of the shootings get reported truly in the big news. I think there's a lot of, you guys see how my voice is going out? There are some energies that really don't want me to talk about this, but that's just how it is. Excuse me. Now, these people that conduct these shootings, not only are they conflicted, but I feel like it's a part of disassociation as well. It's a part of, like I said, watching other people. I'm gonna put this one in my ear too. The Two of Pentacles talks about choices. You can get that pentacle, you can get that pentacle. Maybe even going back and forth, right? And what I feel like Spirit is saying is that ultimately it comes down to everybody having a choice. 444 on the clock. You could be maybe programmed from your childhood, but like I said, as you grow up, that programming is supposed to be broken down into positivity so that you can live a positive life, right? And I feel like what happens with these people is that their sense of programming becomes so distorted, and I feel like it's linked to trauma. Yeah, Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. It's all linked to a certain kind of trauma. And with the Seven of Wands, it's trauma linked to anger. Picking up a lot of anger, actually. Wow. My ear chakras are like, the Hermit and the Knight of Swords flipped around in reverse. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscribers. You guys are really awesome. I appreciate it so much. This is telling me about people that have lost their light. People that have lost their light, and not only lost their light, they sort of lose a part of themselves that is peaceful. You guys understand where I'm coming from? They lose that part of themselves completely, and it turns into a rampage with the Knight of Swords in reverse. It turns into a war of the mind, a war of the spirit. And this is why I um I really preach meditation, and I really preach at least having some sort of prayer go out to a divine power, because um when you've been through a lot of trauma, when your mind is really weak, when you're really worn down, when you're really tired, even broke, I'm getting like financial problems. It's like one on top of the other, right? I got the Ten of Wands right here. It's one on top of the other. It's everything on top of everything. And this also has to do with rejection. Something about rejection and the way some people handle life. You've met a narcissist, right? Okay. But imagine a narcissist on the level of impeding on people's lives. That's what I'm getting. And the fact that nothing else matters. That's what I'm getting. Like, I just keep hearing it. Like, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. In a very, like, in a very dark way, though. Like, very dark way. The Hierophant. I knew I was going to see the Hierophant during this reading. Oh, boy. I called it literally like an hour ago. This has a lot to do with the spiritual attacks as well. A lot of spiritual attacks, a lot of spiritual confusion, sadness. The Devil card's right under that. There are also people that open portals, because I got the Wheel of Fortune here. There's also a group of witches that work for an organization that we don't see. Because I'm seeing a group of witches. Like, I'm seeing witches here. Witches. That do some kind of devilish work for a higher organization that we don't see. Spirit is telling me we don't see these people. We don't. They could be talking about the powers that be. But I'm just getting overall with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm also seeing the World card here. Now this also ties into sacrifices. This organization comes out in like almost every reading that I do now. Almost every reading that I do. Like, I can't even ignore it. The Eight of Swords, yeah. Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And the Moon. The New World Order. The New World Order is serious. It really is. I know people try to talk about it and stuff and like it's a conspiracy theory, but we got to understand that they are working on a New World Order. Something is being worked on heavily. With the Devil and the Hierophant, I feel like people will be forced to pray. And I say this, okay, I'm going to bring out the Ace of Cups because I'm showing it. I feel like what will really end up happening in just humanity period with the powers that be, or whatever this organization is that I feel, because this organization is linked to mass shootings, it's linked to violence period. And with all the violence going on all over the world, I just like to say that I feel like all of this will push people more and more into spiritual awakenings and more into prayer. For some people, will it take them there? No, but I think because I feel like dimensions are switching. I feel like universes are colliding and there's something happening in the metaphysical that is gonna cause a lot of chaos in the physical realm, but then it's also gonna turn something around at the same time, because no matter what the devil does, God has the final say. God always has the final say. He never not has the final say. So when I bring up these organizations, it's not about fear, it's just more so of knowledge, and this is what I'm picking up. And the fact that they do see us as sacrifices with the hangman. They need more sacrifices for this. Whatever this energy is, they give this energy, either it's like soul energy or something about blood. It's getting graphic, trigger warning. But this is all linked to some kind of entity or demon. I don't know why I just heard demigod. I will say protect your energy. Stay very meditative, stay very grounded right now, stay very aware, because I'm just picking up on spiritual attacks on the collective, period. And trigger warning during this reading, it's not really easy to read this kind of stuff, but it's sad. It's sad. So I hope everyone that's ever been affected by a mass shooting, I pray for you guys hope in your life, okay, light in your life, because it's not easy. Violence is one of the worst things that you can go through, because when it comes to the third eye, the trauma, especially from something like physical violence, is heavy, 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 heavy. So where I live right now, there was a shooting at a school maybe 2 years ago, and I won't forget this because I used to have band competitions at this school when I was in high school. And the same coach I had in my band actually taught some of the girls over there. So when that mass shooting happened at that school, I believe it was Vista View High School, my coach actually lost one of his girls. And just to hear that and see that and how sad he was and just everything behind it, it's very terrible. So everyone stay safe, and I pray everyone feels good, finds the light.